there, homies. It is, oh my goodness, low cough. It is Rachel Feldman. I am sitting here. Oh my goodness. Thank God I have my hydration. All right. Green juice. I have a feeling, no joke, this is like a powder. I was using Organifi. This weird feeling that I just coughed in some powder. So now we're moving on. I was going over one of the programs that we're releasing, and it's a blood sugar mastery program. And I was thinking in my head all these different simple ways that we can launch a course. There are many amazing people like Amy Porterfield, Jenna Sword, who was on my podcast, who literally teaches how do you launch a course. And 100% follow them, digest everything. What I want you to hear in this training is how often we overcomplicate our program delivery. So first, I want to show you how simple it can be to break a program into a course. Secondly, if you're not also using the very work that you have invested all your time in your courses to create a course and not also using that for your one-on-one or even for a program, you're always going to feel like you can never get ahead. So let me just take you through a process and kind of just show you some very simple things that you can do. And I will show you one. Let's talk recording platform first. This one is called Screenflow. Now, I love Screenflow because it's very easy to shoot videos. It's for Mac. So there's Camtasia, which is for a PC, and then Screenflow is for Mac. What's nice about this is if you want to get all geeked out and play around with the sound, it's not very difficult to do. I am not great at geeking out in this area, but what's very easy is that if I wanted to come in and stabilize the sound, that's very easy to do. There are other people that make full videos in here with covers from Canva, and they'll do a lot of their video editing. I have to keep it simple. I mean, at most I have a diva ring light because if I don't keep it simple, it overwhelms me. And that's something that I think we all need to hear, because sometimes it can seem like we need to have these major fancy platforms and then we kind of lose that excitement. So Screenflow is really great. Positive, and why I also love it, is you can hit publish to YouTube. So you're not having to export it to your desktop, which means exporting that file and then re-uploading it to YouTube. I can have a direct push to YouTube, a direct push to Vimeo, Google Drive, Dropbox, which is amazing. A second that I want to show you, oops, just need to create an additional tab, is Loom. Loom.com is really great for recording. It is free. If you wanted to have the paid version, you can actually make kind of a house for your videos there. But what I like about this is I could shoot a video. You have to do this on Chrome. Shoot a video right here, choose the screen only, start that video, and I'm just going to show you. It's going to ask to just let it go for 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna hit the check mark on that Loom. Guys, that took me a little to figure out. And then I'm going, of course, it's gonna be redirected. And right here, in seconds, I have a screen recording. And what's nice about that is once I show you the program, for those of you who are taking your business to more of an e-learning platform, and or you're doing courses, and or you want to create a really nice cohesiveness for your client who does come on to work with you. You can say, you're going to get these pre-recorded videos and I'm going to take you through, the work of that week so that you don't feel confused about where to buy your supplements. You can do this all in a video. And you saw I could do camera only. this allows you to just shoot these quick like tip videos like, hey guys, I wanted to show you my favorite mineral. And I know that you may be buying your minerals because this is a huge part of my foundational supplements that I suggest. This is my favorite one. Watch me put it in. I started doing that years ago, and I didn't even have courses. I thought, if my client is coming to me, or a potential client, and there are objections that maybe they've done a program before, it didn't work out. Maybe they worked with somebody before, it was a bad experience, or that they felt that they needed, a little more like support through their program, because maybe they were scared because there have, been past issues, maybe where their gut didn't get better, or they felt overwhelmed. When I would say to them, look, this is a difference from working with somebody else, is I've really created these little videos for a library, so that if you don't know how to do your castor oil pack, or you don't know how to skin brush, I've covered those in videos. And that not only allowed me to do more of what I want to do, which is coach, but it also fed into what my client needed, and also really addressed any objections. So you'll see right here, you have the video, and boom, you can just copy this link. Now, stay with me. We're going to go into Google. A lot of coaches get stuck in this next step. They're like, well, how should I build this out? How should I make an irresistible package? So let's even start with one. So we're going to say that we have 4 teaching modules. So I like to list everything. I like to list the guide, recipes, if I could spell, recipes, suggested meals, handouts as well. Handouts make unbelievable little tip videos. And for any of you who are launching in January, drop January, if you're launching that, whether it's a membership, it's a course, or it's your one-on-one, building your packages like this makes it so much easier for you to really showcase those benefits. Plus, I can start to pull over these videos when I'm building it out. And I know that this also lessens the overwhelm for us as a coach. So I'm going to put my guide, my recipes, suggested meals. I'm going to put shopping list, everything there. And then I'm going to say, how do I envision this course to be? If I break this into module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4. And for those of you who have our 4-month reboot, which I have a client, client folder, she is pitching to corporate. And that's such a great one, because corporate, they love like 3-month kind of plan, 6-month. When we were building out her irresistible package for this, we broke this down into modules for each of those months. So our 4-month reboot has it in a module breakdown, our 6-month retune, our membership packages. And what's nice is, as you're planning this right now, so that you have a really healthy Q1, or you might even be a brand new coach and you're feeling stuck, like, where do you even start? How do you start to understand what your course is going to look like, or talk about, the benefits for your client, like what's going to set you apart from other people? It's what I call this like glitter and the magic and these sparkles that you put into your packages that make somebody feel, whoa, this is the person I definitely need to work with, because they've covered all the bases, whether it's one-on-one, membership, course, program, intensive, retreat, high ticket. I mean, this is the whole thing that we often forget. So remember, I made that little video as a quick mock. I'm going to put guide, and you can even grab the guide. Watch the video. And so right here, this is going to be video 1. Download your handout. And so as I start to build this out, I'm going to say, this is my intro video. Then I'm going to say video on how to take your quiz for the blood sugar. I'm also going to do a video on my favorite places to get low sugar goodies. I'm going to think about that experience that I want for that person. And also, if I were in this person's shoes struggling with stress, hormone issues, adrenal issues, weight gain, what would I really want to see in a course that would make me say, oh, wow, I see this person talking about how to find my carb tolerance, because here's objection number one, because you know what? Keto didn't really work for me, but I was told I need to be on that. Or, I really have I've been on a diet for so long. I can't imagine having to take foods away. And so really building that irresistible package to feed into the needs, the desires, the pain, the very pleasure, the very transformation that person wants, but they don't even know how to put into words. And so when we start to build out this experience, not only as the coach do we get excited because we start to say, oh my God, how's this going to be possible? But we start to see that building out a course, and I often hear coaches say, I don't know where to start. It's well, you start by you grab the content and then you start building it out in this way so that you can visualize this course. In order to have that confidence and really to attract your ideal client, it's in that visualization that you see, Jenny's going to opt in, or Jenny's going to sign up. And then she's going to go and she's going to go to module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, and teaching. Am I going to break this guide down? Let me even just show you this. Am I going to break this guide down and actually bleed it out over 4 months? Or should I use this guide as my main teaching guide, but then, so that I don't have to do any extra work, I can literally buy it and say, okay, January 1st, I'm opening cart. I'm starting 3rd week of January, so that you spend your time actually creating more of that amazing experience versus editing everything. So you have this guide. You could even break it down and do these little Loom videos on this guide so that you didn't have to go and create all this additional either content or PowerPoints, find a virtual assistant, find out how to make it pretty, all of that. You can just go and teach off of this guide, really walk that person through, especially if it is a self-paced course or it's a self-paced program. Furthermore, see where I said these modules. You were like, but Rach, it's only a 30-day program. That's a finite mindset versus an infinite. Infinite mindset is what makes many of us successful. And some of us don't have that naturally, but that's why we either get a coach that has that, or we are in a community where we are high vibing around people, or we're in a peer community. And so this all of a sudden becomes these bonus teaching modules without you even needing to change everything. But of course, taking this module and saying, I'm going to teach on finding the carbohydrates and blood sugar. Then I'm going to teach in this next module on stress and blood sugar. Then I'm going to teach in this next module how to find your carb tolerance, your unique carb tolerance, UTC. Unique carb, UCT. And then being able to just use these, have them all done. So you actually spend December bleeding out this amazing story. And that will further increase not only your confidence, because you start to build this out, you start to mind map what this is going to be like. And so then you don't feel as nervous. You're always going to have that fear. Is somebody going to buy? What if nobody signs up? We all have those fears, but it's tabling that fear because we start to map the entire course out. At the same time we're mapping those course out, I always encourage a coach to say, if I'm using this in a course format, wonderful. Can I use also the same content in my one-on-one? And the answer is yes. Imagine this. Jessica signs up for your 30-day program. Jessica's got a myriad of different issues. She's not ready to go to your 3-month program. And so she's just been a little hesitant where she should start. You're able to say to Jessica, hey, listen, why don't we start working together for this 30 days? I'm also going to give you access to these videos that show you maybe some of the things that have been a concern, or maybe you were never educated on as far as blood sugar and finding this carb tolerance. Because my approach to coaching is far different from how other people address blood sugar for this following reason. Reason 1, 2, 3. When you watch these, when you watch these webinars or you watch this video, you're going to feel more at ease about starting this program, and also see that this is not deprivation, that we are going to actually help you in this program to come out of feeling extremely overwhelmed. You will be getting emails. You will also be getting little videos. Plus, these are all the handouts, and this is what it will be like to work with me. I'm sure you can make it a little more refined. That's totally off the cuff, but having that where that is a one-on-one, or also that can be a course, will further allow you to know that your offers can really work for you in multiple ways. I have some clients who have done a model just like this, a 30-day program. And then once they did it live, it became evergreen, which means that you've done that work, and it can not only be evergreen as a do-it-yourself and a self-paced, but if you want, you could actually say the next year, hey guys, we did this before and it's been a do-it-yourself, but now we're going to do it live. And really talk up the excitement of doing this live with, of course, an aspect of either doing a group, whether you choose to do it on Facebook, whether you choose to do a group and practice better, whether you choose to do them on other platforms. There are many different other platforms in addition that Kajabi and Kartra have their own kind of platform where you can have some level of what feels like a group. There are many other coaches who also have taken their groups completely off Facebook. It's nothing to do even with the last few months. Excuse me, had to drink. The last few months, this was just a concern that many of their clients felt uneasy sharing in a group platform and wanted it to be off Facebook. So I've seen a lot of people also do Slack channels where it can be very specific in the channel of the question and the problem, and of course replying back. One of the last ones that I even want to bring to light is one called xoxo.com. And this was something that I did with my clients, and Voxer wasn't around, but I would make sure that with my one-on-one clients in using a program like this, that they were able to leave me a voice message. They knew that they were getting 3 videos that week, and that it still created that higher touch feeling with me, also making sure that I wasn't exhausting myself in my one-on-one, which is one of the biggest problems that you'll see when we talk about growth. Is I was working at night because I had Sammy was a very little nugget, and Max was very young as well. He was in Montessori, maybe half the day. And so I had to learn very early on, without any platforms, how to organize my content. So one of those ways that you saw was how I mapped that out on Google Drive. You can do the same in Evernote, a Trello board. I love Google Drive, and I'll show you right now for this amazing reason. And this is just a quick tip for today. So we have all these clickables. Imagine we're having a clickable to the Dropbox PDF. Download as a PDF. I tell you this because it took me so long to either hire somebody to put clickables in, or I was worried that I was giving somebody a Word document. Click. What's nice also about doing it in this format is if you are like one of the many coaches where you don't have the money to invest in a team in the beginning, you don't have the money to invest in a virtual assistant, or you also want to be able to set up your one-on-one, and maybe you're like me where you have to actually do it to see the process and to see that person going through week one, what is this person getting? How am I following up with this person? Because the goal is at the end of almost 3 weeks in, I'm going to say to that person who's doing my one-on-one, hey, I am opening up a very small group for women just like yourself who want to master blood sugar and get out of this insanity. Would you be interested? And I want that person to be really happy and know that working with me was a game changer. And so being able to have things in an easy format. So if I needed to, kind of either change the way that I wanted that person to digest that material, or if I was creating something for a course and I wanted to beta test it first to see if it was proven, and also to be able to make changes in that course based on feedback. I love building it out on that PDF because it allows me to build out the testing phase without spending tons of money on getting all of the content, all of the materials put into a download area and then wanting to go back and change it. So with that being said, guys, let me just answer a few questions. Somebody saying, "What I missed the beginning. What is this program?" It's actually our blood mastery program that is coming out on the 19th. We also have an anti-inflammatory program, a gut program, our new detox. This program I love because it has those teaching modules. But keep in mind, a lot of our programs, we've done that knowing that a lot of people are going into brick and mortar. But I just want to give you this simple tip before we leave for today's training. You can take any guide as long as you chunk down with a video and do that video as I showed you on Loom, showing your client how to go through that guide. You don't always have to worry so much about, do I have a module to cover each guide? You need to just make that module. And that module really is you shooting that Loom video on Chrome, giving some steps for your client, whether they are digesting this in a group format, with you one-on-one in a course, leading them through that process so you alleviate overwhelm, and you will further enhance your ideal client having a big win, coming back to you, referring you, and of course, being a person who wants to go further in your customer life cycle. So guys, if you have any questions, pop them below. If you're looking for a program that has our modules already created, please let us know. We have a bunch of different ones and we can help you at yourhealthcoachbiz.com. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. I will see you later. And remember, creating your irresistible packages does not have to be difficult. I showed you a bunch of different tools and simple steps for especially for the solo entrepreneur or that person who's in the growth stage, and you realize that maybe you want to make some changes to that course once you beta test it. And these are some very simple strategies so that you don't waste any time. All right, guys, I will see you later. Have a good one. Bye, guys.